unfortunately, this is a business at the same time, and it's an amazing business if you love what you do, and it's a business that you get to work with the most amazing people, the most creative talents, the most wonderful editors. It's really, if you love this, it's for you. If you don't, if you're doing it for red carpet or whatever, get out. Get out. What else?
It's important to always do it for the right reason.
Yeah, and the thing is, the questions I always get is like, how can I get here? You can get here any way you want to. You know what I mean? Everyone has such a different path. There are no two paths alike, and there's no right or wrong paths. You just have to get here. When they say persistency pays off, it's really true. It's you be persistent, but also be realistic. Like my mother always says, it's like fly, but keep your feet on the ground, right? Yeah.
And also, it's so incredible because that is really the mantra of his clothes. They are always so real. And as ethereal and amazing as that collection was on the runway, when you actually go and actually sit and look at the clothes, they're the most wearable, absolutely carefree, wonderful clothes that you want to wear. And that's really the success of what he's managed to do at retail.
Thank you, Gloria.
No, but it's another thing, I actually, the first time I met Philip, he was living in LA. Yeah. He was designing for another company, and he took a very, very, I think, brave step in moving everything, coming to New York, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that.
Yeah.
How was that like?
I've always been a risk taker, I've been in New York now for like 7 years. This company's been here for 6 years. I literally was given an opportunity Monday, and I didn't even know I was given an opportunity. How about that? My business partner now, she's like, she was a friend of mine. She's, hey, I left the company that I co-founded on Monday afternoon. Spoke to her Monday evening. She said, hey, just come out to New York and just hang out with me. Go shopping with me. I'm like, okay. I'm never passing up a chance to go shopping. I was literally on a plane Thursday that week, not knowing that I would settle here. I guess she tricked me. She got me here, put me in her daughter's room, a pink bed. We went shopping, and Monday I was in an office, and I never went back. And it was so insane because I had just purchased my first grown-up thing, a little bungalow in Los Angeles. I still have that. Never lived in it. It's more like, it's for my mental health, I guess. That kind of spontaneity isn't for everyone, but I think the moral of this story is, you just have to move forward. You always have to just pursue it. It's like, it's better now than never, or better now. It's never too late until it's really too late. I think that if I were doing it now, maybe I'd maybe not be here because I would consider too much. I would think too much. You know what I mean? So with you guys, I'm sure you guys are like super, super young, right? All fashion students. It's time to just, at your age, my advice is you gotta try. Don't let it pass you. Don't let opportunities pass you. You gotta take the initiative to get opportunities. Nothing will ever just come to you. I think even interns that we have and assistants, they're young also, but it seems like there's a disconnect to reality, meaning they think that things will just happen, and it's not true. Things will happen if you make it happen, but you have to make it happen.
Very, very.
That's the part. You have to play the part.
This is another thing. This is actually a personal question of mine. The clothes always look amazing, and they look like extremely expensive, wonderful clothes. Clothes that you buy and you wear your whole life. And I mean, I have clothes from his previous company that I wear continuously still. How do you do that? How do you successfully make clothes that are, I think, moderately priced, but yet make them look so incredible and so durable and so incredible?
Yeah. I just try to keep it real. I think that I'm very fortunate to be surrounded by men, women, young professionals, young mothers, working professionals that, they have a budget, but at the same time, they love looking good, they want to feel good, and in the end, clothes should make you feel good, and clothes should be for everybody, I think it's such a maybe boring democratic approach to that, but I think what we do in meaning like fashion or clothes, it affects everyone in the world, no matter where you live, no matter your culture, your ethnicity, no matter rich, poor. You can't tell me that, if you can tell me someone who wakes up and does not put on clothes every single morning, I'd give you a job. So in those terms, clothes, I always imagine clothes where it works for you. You should not walk out the street and look like an object, You should look like you, and that's what we try to do with the clothes. I try to always make it feel comfortable, make it look good, make it last, and at the same time have fun with it.
It's so true, especially, I mean, we're going to talk a little bit more about this particular collection, but this collection is amazing because, you look at it and it's one thing, and then when you actually speak to Philip, it becomes something completely different. Can you talk a little bit specifically about this collection?
This collection, it was about kites, it's like flying kites. It was an evolution of, it is an evolution of the fall season where it was girls on bikes, and, I'm always looking at my context and when I travel or, just open the door and see things, and, I see the way people live life, and now with so much going on, we don't have enough time to even do the things we need to do. And the goal was to always make clothes to make people's lives easier. And this was so simple. We literally took a kite, a simple geometric form with tails. And how do you make a kite fly? It's like simple with movement, moving forward with wind current, but at the same time, it's attached to a really fragile string, and the wearer actually is the opposing force that keeps it flying. So I imagine these flat clothes actually, and when you step into the clothes, it's liftoff. I was just chatting with Gloria. A lot of the clothes that you see here, like the yellow anoraks, they're actually gym bags. The acid wash oversized vest is actually a backpack. There's tops in there that turn into shopping totes. And when we do a show, it's 10 minutes. It's like, it's like 3 months of our lives in 10 minutes. If you go over 10 minutes, they get angry at you because you're running late to another show. And so it's impossible to show. But, I love that. I love that when you come across clothes and you find different ways of wearing it, and it's a slow discovery process, and it keeps you really entertained and engaged in clothing. I always try to sneak things into the clothes so that for the consumer, the wearer, she doesn't quite see it, but she's like, there's something about this that makes me very happy. You know what I mean? It's almost like a dialogue, a constant dialogue, and she starts to discover, and I love the fact that it's a slow reveal, because it's never nice to just